Okay, good evening. Today we are going to look at the area of irregular shapes. We're going to look at the area of irregular shapes. Of regular shapes. This is from one work. Area of irregular shapes. Now, let us have a look at this. Let me draw it. Have a look at this. We have X. You can draw it. So we have 120 meters. Then 60 meters here. This is S. This is, it makes a 90 degrees. Then we have R here. Then this is P. This is Q. Then M. Then N. Now have a look at it. Then the measurements from S to R is 180 meters. Then R to Q is 240. 240 meters. And then we have 90 meters from Q to N. Q to N. Good. Then they're saying XY is the baseline of length 360 meters. So from X to Y is 360 meters. Therefore, from X to S is 120. And then from S to R is 180. And then from R to Q is 240. Is 240. So the baseline is 360. 360. Okay, now we can find the area of this irregular shape by calculating the area of each shape. As you've seen, we have a triangle, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 triangles and 1 trapezium. So we have a triangle A, can name it triangle A. We have B, then we have C, then we have trapezium, let's call it D, and we have another triangle E, another triangle E. Represent the above figure in a field book. We can represent the above figure in a field book. So let us see how we can represent this field book. So taking X, taking X as the starting point, of the survey can be entered in a field book as follows. X as our base, so we are going to start point. So we shall have something like so we take X as a base and the starting point. Then we have we are moving 120 meters. 120. Then we move right, which we are moving 60 meters. 60 meters to M. 60 meters to M. Then from 120 we are moving to 180. 180. So from X we are moving 180. So we are going to get we are going to move to the left now. Then we move 90 meters to the left, and we shall arrive to R. Then we move straight to 240. The distance from X to we move 240. Then we move to the right. To the right we go 180 meters. Then we shall reach point M. Then from 240 we shall move to Y, our last point. 242 to Y. Now this is how we represent the information in a field book. Let me do this so that you can see. Now, you can see x, our x here. This is our x. So we move 120 meters, then we move downwards to m. This is m. So that is, we are moving to our right. That is how we've written here. From x to 120, then right, we are moving 60 meters. We shall get to point m. Then we move up to 180 meters. Up to 180 meters. This is point R. So from point X to point R here, we are moving 180. 180. So from 180, we are moving to the right, to the left, the left 90 meters. Then we get to point R. Sorry, in the diagram here, we've written, let me run. So this is R. R. That is point R. And it is a 90 meters. So it's 90 meters. Good. Then we move to 240. Then we'll have 180 meters to N. 180 meters to N. So it's 180 meters to 180. 180. This is 180 meters. Then to N. Then we finish to Y. That is how we do it. Now, the area, we calculate the area of each. Now we have A, we have B, C, D, E. So we calculate the area of each shape as per the formula. So we have a triangle, a triangle, a triangle, then a trapezium, then a triangle. Now, let us start with A, the area of A. Area of triangle A, which is given by a half base times height. So we shall have a half of our base, which is 180, times height, which is 90. This is it. Base from X to here is 180, then 90. So our base is 180, then 90. We shall have 8,100 square meters. Square meters as our area for triangle A. Then we simply move to the area of triangle B, which is still given by a half base height, and we shall have a half of 180, our base, times the height is 90. Height is still 90, and therefore we're going to get the same thing. So 8,100 square meters. Then we move to the area of triangle C. Still we have a half base height. There we have a half of the base is now 120 times the height, which is 60. So we shall have Now calculation, we're going to have 3,600 square meters. 3,600 square meters. Then we now move to trapezium, area of the trapezium, area of trapezium. And the area of a trapezium is given by a half into A plus B height. From our diagram, we are having now a half into A plus B. We are going to take plus 180, this is 60, plus 180, then the base we shall take 240 minus 180, and we'll have 60 plus 180. Then height will become what? 120. 120. Therefore, when we work this one out is 60. So 60 plus 180, then you multiply by 60, you're going to get 14,400 14,400 square meters. 14,400 square meters. Then we move to the area of the last section, and we have the area of triangle. The area of a triangle, which is given by a half base height, and we shall have half of 120 times 180. So 60 now times 180, and we shall get our area as 10,800 square meters. 10,800 square meters. Now that is the area of the triangle. Now to get the area of the whole irregular shape, which we've divided it into different shapes to give us the areas, we have now to add everything for us to get the area of the farm. Now you have to take total area. Total area will be equal to, we start with the first one, A, which was 8,100 square meters, plus 8,100 square meters, plus 3,600 square meters, plus 14,400 square meters, plus 10,800 square meters. This one will give us a total of 45,000 square meters. So our total area now becomes 45,800 square meters, which you can convert it into hectares by dividing by 10,000 to convert to hectares. And in hectares, we shall have 4.5 what? Hectares as our 4.5 hectares as. So that is how we calculate or find the area of that regular shape, as you can see. So when you search, you can represent it on a field book. This is what we call the field book. This one. This is the field book. So you can represent it on that. You can be given the field book, then you are expected to draw. So either way, you should be ready to it out. Let us look at this example. We are given a field book and we are expected to draw now. Then we calculate or find the area. So this is an example. Have a look at it. Now the example says find the area of coffee field whose measurements are entered field book as follows. Now this is now the field book. Let us draw it. So we have we are going to start with the point X. Whereby we are going to move 80 meters, then move to the right to point P, then from 80 to 200, then to the left, that is 160 to the left, and we'll reach point S. Then from 200 we move to 280, that is meters, to then we move to the left 80 meters to R, then we finally move to 360. Then you move to the right 80 to get to point Q. So this is now finally point Y, 360 degrees. Now the question asks, use a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 40 meters to draw the map of the coffee field. The map of the coffee field. Now we have to draw this coffee field to scale. Therefore, we are having this field book. Now, this field book, we're supposed to use this information to draw the map of the coffee field, which is from point X to Y. That is our baseline. Now, let us look at the solution. And remember, you have to draw to scale. And we are given 1 centimeter represents 40 meters. So let us have a look at this. Therefore, we're going to start from point X. Draw this point X. So this is X. Now, as you can see, from X, we are moving 80 meters. 80 meters. So 80 meters, that means using a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 40 meters, that means we're going to have 80 divided by 40. We're going to have 2 centimeters from X. So from X, measure 2 centimeters. From X, you have to measure 2 centimeters. So from X there, you measure 2 centimeters. And you shall have somewhere here. Somewhere there. One will be 2 centimeters. That is from X to that point, it's 2 centimeters. Then you move to the right. And to the right, you are moving 200 centimeters. Meters, of which you're going to convert 200, then you divide by 40 to get as what? 5. So you're going to move 5 centimeters to point P, which is to the right. And in this diagram, that one is to the south or downwards. So we move 5 centimeters downwards, and we shall arrive to somewhere there. That is now our point P. This is point P, and it is 5 centimeters. Good. Now we continue. Then 80, we are going to move up to 200. That means from point X to 200, that is 200 divided by 40, we have 5 centimeters. So from point X to where we are going to move to the left, we are going to move 200 meters. That is 5 centimeters. So from 80 meters, we are only going to move 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters more. So we shall have our point somewhere here. Yeah. So then we move left 160. So 160 divided by 40, and we shall have moving 60. Yes, 160 to there, and then we shall have 4 centimeters. Now we move 4 centimeters to the left from here. 4 centimeters to the left. Our point somewhere here. Four centimeters. So from point this 2 centimeters, that means here we shall have 3 centimeters. So this is point S. Point S. Then we get to 280. 280. So we are only going to add that is 280 minus 200, that is 80. We're going to add 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters from this point that goes to point S, so that we get to 280. We're going to add 2 centimeters, so that we move now still to the left 2 more centimeters. There. Then we move, that is 80. We're going centimeters, 2 centimeters. Shall have it there. So this is 2 centimeters, then 2 centimeters. Now this is now our point R. Our point R. Then we're going to move 360. 360. That means we're going to add 80 to 80 plus 80. That is now 80 divided by 40. Now that is 2. We're going to add 2 more centimeters. 2 more centimeters from this point. Then 2 more centimeters shall be here. So 2 more. Then we move to the right 80 meters, and 8 meters, that is 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters. So you measure your 2 centimeters from there to here, 2 centimeters. And this is now point. Now point Y. Point Y. Point Y. It must be here. Let me draw it from X to Y. Let me draw it. Okay. So this one will be point Y. Good. Now you join now your points. Join point X to point X to S. Sorry, X to X to S. Then S to R. S to R. then R to Y, then X to P, X to P, then P to Q, P to Q, P to Q. That way. That is how you will have finished drawing your field. So that field now is drawn to scale, as you can see. So from X to Y, it's a total of 360 meters. And you've drawn to scale, as you can see. Now, we now have to, the question asks us to find the area. This is a question. Find the area of the coffee field whose measurements are entered in a field book as follows. Now, you are supposed to use this information to calculate the area. We have different figures in our field. So we have B, we have C, D, and E. D triangle and E prism. So we are area of each, starting with the A to E. Area of each. Now let's start the area of triangle A. Times base times height. We have A 2 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 3 centimeters times the height. The height is 4. Oh, the area now 2 there 2. So we shall have 20 square what? 20 square centimeters. That is, sorry, we shall have 10. 10. That is 5 times 2. That is 10. So we shall have 10 square centimeters. Then we move to area of triangle B. Now B is trapezium. B is trapezium. Area of B, trapezium B, which is equal to area of trapezium B will be half into A plus B, height. We shall have our A 2 and B 4, then height 2. So 2 plus 4. Then 2. Therefore, we shall have our height now is height is 2. Sorry, 4. Therefore, we shall have 12 square. We shall have 12 square centimeters. That is 4 plus 2, 6 times 2, 12 square centimeters. Then move to area of triangle C. Triangle C. Half times height is 2 centimeters. So we shall have a half times 2 times 2. That is C. Half times 2, and therefore we shall have 2 square centimeters. Yes. Then area over D over triangle D times base, which is 2, and our answer becomes, that is 2 plus 2, we shall have 5 square centimeters. Then lastly, area of trapezium D, DE, the last one E, which is a half plus B height, and we shall have a half into A is 2, B is 5, 2 plus 5, then the height now. The height is 3 plus 2 plus 4.5 square centimeters for trapezium E. Now, find the total area. Find the total area. The total area, take for A, that is 10, plus B is 12 square centimeters. Then you add for C. C is 2 square centimeters. And then plus D. Plus D, we have 5 square centimeters. Then lastly, E, we have 0.5 square centimeters. 53.5 square centimeters. That one now becomes your area for the given coffee field, which you are given the field book with the given data. Then we've drawn to scale. Then we have looked for the area, and that is now the area. That is the area. Now, I have this example. Have a look at this. You can try it as an exercise. You'll have a look at it to see if you've understood. Now, one question. Let me see. Now find the area in hectares. Area in hectares of the farm the farm whose measurements are shown in the field book. The field book below. So the distance from A to B, AB is equal to 600 meters. Now this is the information given. We have point A, then 40, then 60, 20, then 250, then 450, then 250 of 90 to M, 450 to the left, 150, then that is K. Okay, then we have 550, then 120 to L. So finally we have point